Hi, this is Chris. Welcome to my video today. Today I want to talk about pain, physical pain. And I'm actually really excited to share this because this is a personal story of something that just happened to me. I just walked through, and I've just been really excited to share this and put this in video. So I'm glad I'm taking the time to do this. And it's such a beautiful day. Every day is beautiful, depending on your perspective. But today is just so beautiful to be outside. So please join me. And this is for you, whether or not you've ever been in pain, because you may be in pain down the road. So this can help you. If you're currently experiencing pain, even chronic pain, and have tried everything, please listen. Listen to this story I'm about to share with you. And even if you were in pain before and you've healed it in your own way, beautiful. Listen to this because we need to anchor in this type of belief system, this type of knowing to shift pain into healing so quickly at a quantum level, because that's what just happened to me. So let me just share that. I'll go back a little bit. 5 years ago, I threw my back out. Literally just bent over to do something. It went out. I was on the ground, could barely get up, and I was in pain for weeks. Like literally could not move for a few days. Did everything, chiropractic, heat, massage, all these things, and it just took a long time for my back to feel strong again. I mean, probably into the months to be where it was perfect and all whole again, but was in tremendous pain for at least a week, if in probably a couple weeks, where it was still really tender, even like an 8 out of 10. But at the time, it was probably a 12 out of 10. It was so severe. So 2 days ago, today is Tuesday, Sunday, I set up a bouncy house for my kids. We're trying to do fun things, exercise in the midst of the lockdown. So this is a big bounce house. It weighs 190 pounds. And I've already used this 3-4 times before, where I wrap it all up, I roll it up, and I gotta push it up. And I don't work out. So it is exhausting to me, but I've done this a number of times in the last month and a half. Okay, so I've done this before. And this time, on Sunday, not even 48 hours ago, I rolled it all up, put it away, push it up. I felt fine, and the second I was done, it like just came in, and all of a sudden my back completely stiffened up, completely froze. I could barely walk. The pain shot up to a 10 at least. And I was like, oh my God, I just threw my back out. And I just, I had ideas of things I wanted to do. There are the things like, it's not a good time to throw your back out. Let's put it that way. And so I had to have my son do everything else from then on, other things to pick up. I went in and immediately put ice on it on the couch, and I could not move. It was so painful. And we were watching a movie with my kids that night, and my son sat down. I told him to be careful, and he just happened to sit on my foot, and it sent such pain through my lower back that I have not experienced pain like that before. I suffered through 13 to 16 years of chronic fatigue syndrome, so I know fatigue really well, but not this kind of pain aside from 5 years ago. So I want to give you the foundation of this. So a physical act is what it looks like to the surface. If anyone else had looked at this, or if I'd called my chiropractor, the act of physically putting away this 190-pound bounce house and pushing it and wrapping it up and lifting it all by myself is a good reason to have back pain. It's a good reason to throw your back out. It makes total sense on a physical level. Okay. That night, I was in so much pain I could barely walk upstairs. I had to push through the pain. I could not bend over to pick anything up except going through a tremendous pain. I took ibuprofen. I put oils on my back. I woke up the next day in tremendous pain, slightly better, but still a 9 out of 10. Could barely move, could barely put my shoes on. Everything was hurting tremendously. At 10 o'clock in the morning, I got on a group call with very conscious individuals, and they could see me suffering through it. Normally I'm smiling, I'm happy on the calls, I'm interacting with them, and I was just closed mouth grimacing in pain. Like if I moved an inch, it sent pain through my lower back and my body. And I just was sitting there just trying not to move. And as I started to listen, I started to work on myself, meaning I started to go inside and go, what else could there be for this? Like, what are the reasons for this? Why am I having back pain? How can I heal this? That's what I call working on myself. I deep dove inside, went inside and said, what's going on here? Why did this show up? What caused it? Yes, I did something physically, but is there something beyond this, deeper than this, that showed up for me? And it just glossed over looking like a physical injury because of what I did with this giant bounce house. And I started to listen to what other people were saying. And I can't go into all of that right now, but all of a sudden, they also knew I was in pain. So they sent me lots of love and light and wishes and healing thoughts, whatever that was. And then all of a sudden, I had this knowing and this understanding, this awareness that jumped in and said, wait a minute, I am this divine, eternal being. I'm a spiritual being. This is not spiritual woo-woo. This is just the truth of who I am. I am this eternal being. I have a soul. Okay, so for you that may have a difficult time understanding what I'm saying is if you have a soul and you're not just flesh and bones, then you also are eternal being. Whether or not you believe what happens or religion or whatever your beliefs are, is our soul is eternal. It goes on after this, okay? At least that's my belief. The second I tuned into that and aligned with that belief, I started to smile. It's like, wait a minute, back pain, schmack pain. Like, it's not even pain, it's energy. It's not pain. We call it pain because that's what we're used to saying, something that hurts. We call it pain. But if we call it pain, then we don't get underneath it. We don't resolve it. We can't solve it. We just call it pain and go on with it and manage it. Based on what happened, if I believed this as pain, I would be in tremendous pain for the next week, several days, and in the next coming weeks, I would still have some tightness, tenderness, or whatever. It would last weeks because that's my prior experience with it, with throwing it back out. So in this moment, I started to see the things that were going on in my life prior to it, the thoughts I was having prior to rolling this thing up. And actually, I was in a really good mood. I mean, I was as positive as could be. I was joyous. I was jumping in the bounce house with my kids. So it wasn't that. But prior in the day, there were some things that had shown up that were very subtle that I did not pay attention to. And in this moment of realizing, wait a minute, I can transform this pain because it's not pain, it's energy. So I started to tune into it. And what I mean by tuning into it, and if I'm talking fast, it's just the excitement coming through to share this, and also not wanting to make a really long video. But if it takes what it takes, then it takes. And if you're still listening this far in, then it's worth staying to the end. I'm almost there. I started to just listen to my body. I'm closing my eyes because it helps me to communicate this with you as I can go back into this. So if you have pain right now, just try this. This video is not to try to fix you and solve it all. It's to give you information, knowledge, awareness, the possibility that it can happen for you as it just happened for me. Because this is tremendous. This is tremendous healing, what just took place in me. And if someone else had told me this story, I would have a difficult time maybe believing it. But I just went through it, so I want to share it firsthand from my personal experience, not a secondhand story. So I'm sitting there listening to the group other people share. I'm just trying to take it in. And I just start to take my attention, my focus here from my mind down to my lower back, my lower left back, which was just agonizing in pain, wincing in pain. Just an ache that was so... Gosh, I can't believe it was just a day ago. This is yesterday morning I'm talking about. Yesterday morning, it was so tight and frozen, stiff and aching. Okay, I've covered that. So as I'm sitting there, I'm just paying attention and I'm feeling this energy just like kind of moving. It's like swirling around. It's not in one spot. It was just kind of pulsating in different parts of my lower back. It was just interesting. I wasn't trying to solve it. I wasn't trying to fix it. I was just observing it. Just observing it. So do that if you're on this video right now. Just observe. Close your eyes and take your attention to wherever your pain is. And just observe it. And in the observing, I just noticed that it wasn't just, it was something bigger than just what we call back pain, or I threw my back out. It was moving around, because energy likes to move. Thankfully, being an energy healer, I understand energy. So I just noticed it kind of ebbing and flowing and moving around. And I got it right then and there. I said, it's energy. It's not pain. I changed my label of it. I changed my perspective of it. I changed more importantly, my belief about it. It was no longer back pain. It was energy. And energy is here to help us. It's here to guide us. It's here to love us. Okay? Hard to love back pain, but it was loving me. And it started to show me that it was malleable, that it was changeable. And I said, you know what? Oh, I'm getting chills as I'm telling you this story. In that moment, I said, if this is just energy, and I believed it was, I'm going to go prove it right now. I'm getting emotional right now because I'm going through what I just went through just 24 hours ago. The call was still going on. I was in a Zoom conference call with several people. I left it there and I walked to another part of my bedroom. And I started dancing. I literally just started dancing. I didn't have music to dance to. I was just moving all around. I was just dancing and stuff like that. I kind of want to jump up and I was moving my hips and all this stuff. And I was just shaking. And there was some tight points. There was some uncomfortableness a little bit. There was hey, what are you doing? You've got a back issue. Why would you be doing this? That's kind of what my mind was saying to me. But as I continued to move around and bend and sway and back and forth and just dance, it just didn't matter there was no music. I was creating the music. I was just moving. And I wasn't falling over. When you have your back thrown out and you do that and you do this motion, you're going to be on the floor in seconds because the pain's just going to go right to the, as high as it can be, and you just are frozen. That didn't happen. So I continued moving around, and that just elevated my mood. I just went up into full bliss, joy, excitement, possibilities. It was a quantum healing. It was a quantum leap, quantum jump, whatever you want to call it. It wasn't 3D. It wasn't going from here to here through techniques and modalities and adjustments. I didn't see a chiropractor. I didn't do anything other than Tylenol to help me with the pain the night before. I came back on the call and I started smiling, and they were in the middle of a conversation and I'm doing this on the call and they're looking at me like, what just happened? Guys, I'm telling you, this is not a fluke. This was a serious, I was telling people, my wife saw me. I threw my back out. I was in tremendous pain. Beyond the pain that I'm used to. It was so bad. I slept in a different room the night before because I was so scared of not being able to spread out or my son coming in and kicking me or something like that. So the rest of the day, I just knew it was energy moving, and it was just something that was clearing. And I did some other stuff that I do to help me work through it on an emotional and a mental level. And then this morning, let's fast forward to this morning. So all last night, guess what? After the call, I started doing things. I ran up my stairs. We have 2 stories. I ran up the stairs. You don't do that. The day before, I threw my back out and couldn't move or walk barely. Without tremendous pain, I was jogging up my stairs. This is so rad to be telling this story. I love that I get to experience this firsthand. This morning, I woke up and I got out of bed, put shoes on, went downstairs, totally even forgot that I had a back issue. Just completely forgot about it. It wasn't there. There's no back pain right now. There's a tiny bit of tenderness. There's no ache. There's no pain. Less than 48 hours ago, I couldn't walk, couldn't move. And I vacuumed today. I'm picking up things all over. I picked up my 30-pound dog and put it in my lap. Not a twinge of pain. Nothing. Because it wasn't pain. It was energy that was moving through. And on another call, maybe I will explain what that energy was. I just want you to know what's possible. I am sharing this with you because so many people are in pain, chronic pain, been told that they've had car accidents, so that's why they have pain. They had injuries, that's why they had pain. Something physical caused it. So it's hard to have them to believe, or hard for you to believe, that there could be some emotional connection, or it's just energy that can move. And all of a sudden, just like that, like so many people are going to watch this and not believe it's possible for them. That is why I'm telling you this. That is why I am so in your face about this, because I would still be in pain right now had I not done what I did or believed what I did. I had to shift my thoughts. I had to shift my beliefs. I had to shift my mindset, and I healed like that. It happened in 30 minutes. I went from total pain to smiling and dancing. I have witnesses that watch this take place. Please leave me a comment or a message or email me on my website. It's in the description box below. If you want to understand this, if you want help with this. So many people in pain, been told that it will not get better, suffering, pain. Like I said, I know fatigue, and that is suffering. Pain is excruciating. I wasn't able to get, I am strong mentally, and I was not able to get myself out of it the evening that it happened. I believed it was a physical thing, and I was just injured, and I was going to be suffering for the next few weeks, and I was not going to be able to play with my kids and all these. I just started riding bikes with them, and it's like, and I'm dancing now. Like, look at this. Like, you can't do that with a back thrown out. So I don't know what else to share with you other than I'm so grateful to know what I know. And this is knowledge, this is important, this is helpful, this is beneficial. So if you want help, if you need help, email me, contact me. I want to help you. I want to help you get out of the belief that you can't get better, that you can't improve this. And it takes some work, it takes some effort. That's why I guide people. I'd love to guide you. I was suffering. And if I believed the old paradigms and believed the old story where I was 5 years ago, that it would take weeks for me to recover, I would not be shooting this video right now. I would not have been dancing. I would not have cleaned up the house this morning. I would not have done dishes. I just took out the trash and it was heavy. Like I'm doing things. Like I am not laid out right now. Here's the thing to take into account. You get rid of your pain, you shift and move and transform and transmute, transcend this pain that you're in, you get your life back. You get to do things. I'm able to help out. I thought my wife would be taking care of me for the next week. I am now just business as normal, usual. I'm just doing things now. So I'm so blessed to share this story with you. If this had an impact on you, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, send me a comment. I send you a ton of love and compassion. I'm not saying pain is made up. I'm not saying it's made up. I'm saying that you can shift it. And I know how to because I just did it. So lots of love, take care, and more videos to come. Bye.